need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre, or call 224-9222. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon I'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
To the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Running clock, but we should still be right on track for our regularly scheduled start time for what is a really good varsity game when we look at it even from both sides. Before we do that, lots of action in 2A boys basketball going on this weekend. Lots of games happening last night, and in some of those scores, number 3 ranked in the media poll, Brandon Valley 59-19 walloping Brookings. Number 2 Sioux Falls Lincoln 67-48 over Aberdeen Christian. O'Gorman defeated Watertown at home 79-48. Mitchell 41-33 picking up another win at Yankton on the road. Sturgis Brown at home lost to Rapid City Christian 59-33. Rapid City Central 57-46 defeated a Sioux Falls Jefferson team. And the last game from Friday evening, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 59, Rapid City Stevens 47. In the media poll that was released this Monday, Mitchell, the defending champs, atop the list at number 1. Sioux Falls Lincoln undefeated at number 2. Brandon Valley 3, Harrisburg 4, and Spearfish rounds out the top 5. Sioux Falls Washington did receive almost as many votes as Spearfish, but just a couple of less to hold them out of that top 5. But to give you an idea, Warriors team that is well respected across the state. And looking at the standings now in AA, Sioux Falls Lincoln right now in first place with their 6-0 mark. Harrisburg second at 4-1. Mitchell third with a 6-1 start to the year. Spearfish and Brandon Valley round out the top 5 of the actual standings. Then you have Sioux Falls Washington, number 5, tied with Brandon Valley there with a 4-2 mark. O'Gorman 4-2 is 7th. T-Area the same record, 8th. When you look at those seed points, Huron 9th at 3-2. And then as we go into the double digits, Rapid City Stevens 10 at 3-4. Sioux Falls Jefferson 11 at 2-4. Watertown, Sturgis Brown 12 and 13, and that's where we get to the Pierre Govs. We're currently 14 in the standings at 2-3. Rapid City Central 15th at 2-4. Yankton at 1-6, and then your bottom 4 right now: Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, Aberdeen Central, Douglas, and Brookings. So that's a look at what's going on in high school basketball around the state. And when we return here on our Bank West pregame, take a little deeper look at these two schools that will be doing battle here in the Riggs High Gym, the Pierre Govs and Sioux Falls, Washington. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Chances are you're overlooking.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union.
3-game win streak. We will just have to wait and see. Another intriguing thing about today's matchup, as we just got the buzzer of the freshman game, 57-33, won by Sioux Falls, Washington. They won the JV game as well, 55-53. But in this varsity matchup, two fourth-year head coaches, and this will be the fifth meeting between them. Jeff Tobin, 50-28, and now his fourth season at Sioux Falls, Washington. Spent 7 years as an assistant for the Warriors and Lady Warriors, going across those two programs over the years. He was an assistant on that girls 2021 championship team, and in 3 years, he's taken the Warriors to the state semifinals twice. They lost 58-57 to O'Gorman in his first season in the semis, and then last year, as part of a 15-9 campaign, they lost to the eventual champion Mitchell, 72-51. And then, of course, on the Pierre side, our fourth-year head coach Brianna Kusler, 37-34 now during her time here, and an all-conference player at Northern State from 2016 through 20. Jeff Tobin, interestingly enough, was a walk-on for a period of time at Northern State. So not only both fourth-year head coaches here meeting today, but both former Northern State basketball players up in Aberdeen. But for Kusler and the Govs, 3 straight SODAC 16 bids in her first 3 seasons. They were the state consolation champs in 22-23. So some connective tissue there. And then when you look at those 2 coaches going up against each other, it's a matchup that has been dominated by Sioux Falls, Washington, 4-0 since the 2022 season. And as you'll likely remember, the SODAC 16 matchup won by the Warriors over the Govs, 52-47 last March. The Warriors, the 5 seed, the Govs at 10-10 in that regular season, getting the 12th seed in that game. During that regular season, Sioux Falls, Washington won 56-40. It was 63-57 Warriors the year before that, and in January of 22, a 64-44 win for Sioux Falls, Washington. So a couple of close ones last year, SODAC 16 matchup, a matchup in 2023. So 2 close, 2 have been more lopsided wins for the Warriors, as Pierre will finally look to snap another streak and look to beat the Warriors here today. Just a brief look at the schedules that each of these teams have played so far this year, beginning with Pierre. They won their first 2, 52-41 here at home back on December the 13th against Rapid City Stevens. So an 11-point win there in the opener. And then just 1 day later, also at home, defeated Rapid City Central 62-56. From there, a loss at Sturgis Brown, 55-52, a close one there. The next day on the 21st of December, lost at Spearfish, 62-46. And in the most recent game for the Govs, which was last Saturday here at home against Bismarck for the Governor's Cup, Bismarck took that one 79-64, and the conversation around that game being a type of play style for Bismarck that you'd ever come across. See schools playing here in South Dakota, real run and gun, launching threes, really moving quick up and down the floor. And when we talked to Coach Kusler before the game, as we will hear later on in her Keys to Success interview, not something that they are going to model completely. It's not a carbon copy, but honestly something in that game something that they would like to see themselves in, so to speak, with how they get up and down the floor and all those types of things. But that loss to Bismarck last Saturday, 79-64. And for Sioux Falls, Washington this year, 4-2. They lost their opener at Sioux Falls Lincoln, 65-55. But Lincoln right now, the number 1 seeded team as things stand in AA. Then beat Yankton 51-47 at home. At Harrisburg, lost 75-66. So bouncing back and forth between wins and losses before the 3-game win streak that began back on December 30th at home against Sioux Falls Jefferson, 72-64, the Warriors win there. The next day on New Year's Eve at Sioux Falls Roosevelt, 57-48 with a W. Roosevelt right now 0-5 to begin this season. And then in their most recent game, January the 2nd, at home against Huron, 47-42. So a 9-day layoff for the Warriors and a 7-day break for the Govs. So in a smaller way, Pierre has been dealing with a similar thing, but as Coach Kusler mentioned to us, maybe helps him out a little bit as not overflowing with varsity experience coming into this season and easing the growing pains a bit by having all these practices between games before we really get going here into the thick of January and into February. I misspoke as far as the freshman game down on the floor. That buzzer was the end of the third quarter. The score had gotten to the point where I thought it was the end, but now there are about 6 minutes left in the fourth, 59-43. Sioux Falls, Washington ahead, but the freshmen for Pierre have dug themselves closer back into that game, and it was a close one for JV, 55-53, won by the Warriors as well. Well, we've mentioned it a few times. Our Keys to Success segment will be on the way, and as well, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being part of the team and reminds you the snow means slow. Drive the conditions this winter. You've got some place to be. We will meet with both of the coaches, Jeff Tobin of Sioux Falls, Washington, and Brianna Kusler of the Pierre Governors. After this, in 3 minutes, you're listening to River 92.7.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Keenholz wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Here we are right now, joined by your Governor's head coach, Brianna Kusler. And Coach, you mentioned to us before last week's game, not a ton of varsity experience coming into the year outside of a Luke Olson or a Dawson Getz on this roster. Now 5 games into the year, how do you feel the development is going for those greener guys?
It's been really good so far. You know, we've had some breaks in with games with a lot of practice in between, and if we returned quite a few kids, you know, we have a couple other seniors who had some time coming into this season, but other than that, really, we were relatively rookies, and so we've had more time than I would like normally for practices, but it's kind of been nice just to ease through those growing pains and not have to necessarily learn as much from games. We can do that in practice, and then hopefully come these games now when we kind of ramp things up and really get into our schedule in January and February, we're ready to go. So practices have been great. We've seen a lot of growth there, and now we're excited for it to translate to the game.
Every season has its ebbs and flows with how these last 3 games have gone. What's the key to just weathering that storm ultimately to get to where you want to be?
You know, basketball, game of momentum, and we've got to, they're going to give us some runs. Whoever we're playing, they'll go on some runs, but we've got to be able to weather those storms that come, and then be able to give them some runs of our own, some storms of our own. And, you know, we talk about turkeys a lot, and that's 3 stops in a row. And for that, is considered one turkey, and we try to get those as many as we can, as many stops, even scores on the other end for ourselves. That's going to usually make us come out on top, but really emphasizing our identity on the defensive end, and that's traditionally been where we've taken pride in, and it hasn't been exactly where we want it to be just yet, but that's somewhere that's an area that we've been really emphasizing in practice and seen a lot of growth with our younger group here, and being able to hopefully again translate that now to this game.
What did the team learn about themselves in that game against Bismarck, playing against that unique play style?
Yeah, that it's nothing that we're going to see in South Dakota, and it forces you to kind of get out of your comfort zone, which is great. It's a style that we're never going to totally replicate, but we would like to mimic it as much as possible with the athletes that we have, and it forces you to kind of play quicker than what you normally would, and that's something, our transition. But at the end of the day, our defensive end is where things are established, and we talk a lot about our defense playing into our offense, and we need more shots early on that are quality looks, and the kids have really taken that approach in practice of getting themselves prepared to shoot, do the work before they catch. So we're able to get a little bit more offense going earlier in shot clocks and give ourselves a chance. Against Bismarck, really stat-wise, it was pretty even across the board outside of them shooting a lot more than we did. And so rebounds, that type of stuff, those are all things that we're pretty comparable, but now we need to make sure that we're getting some more shots up and giving ourselves some second, third chance opportunities as well.
Looking here at today's game, your first meeting with Sioux Falls, Washington since the SODAC 16. Any extra motivation to get some revenge today for last March?
Yeah, I think it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth anytime anybody knocks you out of the season. And so I don't think we approach this any other way than normally, but it's certainly something that we want to make sure that we are, respect all and fear none, and get out there and compete hard. Compete how we know we're capable of, and good things will happen.
What are the keys to success for today against the Warriors?
We're going to need to win the game on the glass, and be able to give ourselves some second, third chance opportunities, like I said, on the offensive glass, and then pushing in transition, clearing it with one, give them one, limiting their rhythm looks on the perimeter especially, and then containing guys defensively. And then when they do put up a shot, more shots that we want, less that they want to take, and then one and done, push the tempo and see what happens.
Thanks so much, Coach. Best of luck today.
Yes, thank you.
Great stuff there from Coach Kusler for the Govs. And Central Dakota Eye Care brings us our keys to success. Coming up will be our discussion with Sioux Falls, Washington head coach Jeff Tobin. And we are back for that in 3 minutes.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye?
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's always moving, your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road. with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
9-day layoff is normal for the holiday break, but you had another 9-day gap since your last game. Has that presented a challenge trying to settle into the season?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, it's kind of nice in a way. We had some stretch games, and now we can kind of, reflect and look at what we want to keep, what we want to tweak, get rid of. So it's kind of nice in that sense. But, the guys want to be playing games, so they're kind of sick of beating up on each other in practice. So it's going to be nice to finally get out here and compete a little bit against somebody else and play extremely hard.
Could you highlight for us maybe a couple of guys on your team that Governors fans tuning in should know about?
Yeah, so Tommy Hoffman, he's a guard for us. He's a guy that has the ball in his hands a lot. Rely on him to make plays, make shots. Lucas Johnson's a guy, too, that we need to get him the ball in spots where he can be successful and create mismatches. And then Jace Woods, another guy, too, that inside, we need him to get some rim attacks and get some stuff going around the rim and alleviate the perimeter offense for us a little bit.
You're 4-0 as the head coach against Pierre. What's worked well in those games that's allowed your team to have that success?
Well, I mean, it's players executing. It's players, competing down stretches. We've had good battles with Pierre, so it's always a game we know where we're going to have to go and claw and fight and find ways, and we know we're going to expect nothing less than that today here in Pierre.
What's the recipe for you guys today to come out on the right side?
Well, like you said, with the stretch that we've had off, we know that we can't just settle for jump shots. We know that we're going to have to get some rust off, so we're just telling our guys to go compete, play hard, leave it all on the floor, rely on each other, don't try to do it all yourself, and at the end of the day, if you do those things, you'll have a chance with a good result.
Thanks for the time, Coach. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Those were our keys to success, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. Well, both undercard games here at Riggs High Gym were won by the visitor. Sioux Falls, Washington won the JV game here earlier today, 55-53, and then more recently, the freshman game won by the Warriors, 77-50. So hopefully not a sign of things to come. A couple of streaks meeting today. 3 wins in a row for Sioux Falls, Washington. 3 losses in a row for the Pierre Govs, and the Warriors 4 straight wins over Pierre, dating back to 2022, as we asked Jeff Tobin about. More to come on our pregame, brought to you by Bank West and River 92.7, the official voice of the Pierre Governors. You can watch today's game on GoGovs.live and on DRGnews.com. You can find us on the River 92.7 page. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Capital
It's more
City.
than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us.
supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Every
day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
William Haynes welcoming you back here to Pierre, where the 2-3 Govs welcome the 4-2 Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. It's William Wilson back at our broadcast studios in Pierre, and we are on Live Ticket today as well on GoGovs.live. Just one game going right now in boys AA, and T-Area on the road, actually at the Sanford Pentagon against Western Christian Iowa. And T-Area is losing late in the third quarter there, 46-23. Some other games happening elsewhere this afternoon. Harrisburg is at Huron. Rapid City Central welcomes Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Belle Fourche and Douglas doing battle. Rapid City Stevens against Sioux Falls Jefferson in Rapid City. And Watertown hosting Great Plains Lutheran today. Sioux Falls, Washington tied for 5th in AA. Pierre right now finding themselves at 14th, but looking to maybe catch a little bit of fire here, getting into the full thick of things for the season. Really, both of these schools have been dealing with some time off. Everyone has it for the holidays, but it's been a week since Pierre's last game. It's been 9 days since Sioux Falls, Washington last played. And as we heard from head coach Brianna Kusler in our pregame interview with her, lots of practicing between those games. While it can never be comparable to varsity game action, she feels that it may be somewhat beneficial to the Governors as they try and get some more of their players worked in, as they did not come into this season with an overwhelming amount of varsity experience. But eventually, at some point this year, they will have that, as everyone getting a look at this level. Respect all and fear none is what she
told us a great line about how they were going into today's matchup, not approaching it any different necessarily than any other game, but some revenge. And it's really not even just the Sodak 16 game last year that the Warriors won, but really the last several meetings, as it's been 4 straight going to the Warriors in this matchup since 2022. What she needs to see today for the Govs, Pierre needs to win the game on the glass, and Sioux Falls, Washington will be at somewhat of a height advantage. So that will definitely be a battle on the Pierre side of things, and clear the ball through in transition. They were definitely used to running up and down the floor during their game against Bismarck here last Saturday, a 79-64 loss in that rivalry matchup. And for Sioux Falls, what we learned talking to Jeff Tobin there, with their 9-day layoff, something that he is very cognizant of, and he said they may have to limit some of their jump shots early because a lot of this game for the Warriors is going to be about knocking off rust. With even as much as you practice, there's nothing necessarily that can replicate that. With that being said, it is time now for our Envirotech starting lineups. We'll start with the Pierre Governors, led by their 4th-year head coach Brianna Kusler, assisted by Cooper Hartley, Skip Kurth, Brevin Kaiser, and Craig Ullman. Starting at guard, number 3, Corday Austin, a 6'3 junior. Number 4, Sawyer Sonnenschein starts at guard. He is a senior at 5'8". The 6'1 senior Eladio Cimental wears number 5. He is a swing position, plays guard and forward. Number 10, Dawson Getz starts at guard, a 6'3 senior, and routing things out at guard. They run things through him a lot. Number 23, Luke Olson, a 5'11 senior. And after this message from Envirotech, we'll bring you the Warrior starters.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
For Sioux Falls, Washington, their 4th-year head coach Jeff Tobin, assisted by Mike Holstein, J.J. Hayden, Will Hanneman, and Kyson Theus. Starting at guard, number 3, Sam Baskin, a 6'1 senior. Number 4, Tommy Hoffman starts at guard. He is a 6'2 senior. Number 10, Brennan Verhey, a guard/forward position, 6'1 senior. Starting at 4, number 14, Lucas Johnson, a 6'5 senior. And starting is another swing guard and forward, number 22, Jace Woods, a junior at 6'3". He can jump out of the gym, and someone that Coach Tobin mentioned, attacking the rim, and someone that they may lean on early to help alleviate some of their perimeter offense. So for Sioux Falls, Washington, Baskin, Hoffman, Verhey, Johnson, and Woods. And for Pierre, Austin, Sawyer Sonnenschein, Cimental, Getz, and Olson, as looks like we are about ready for the national anthem here at Riggs High Gym in Pierre. And so we'll step aside for 2 minutes on River 92.7.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you to all please rise and pay proper respect to our flag by removing cover and placing your right hand over your heart. All of our veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag. And now the playing of our national anthem.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, The Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
And Mike Mutter, tip-off is near. We'll be right back. 30 seconds.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
I want to let you know that our scoreboard sponsor for today's game, Gale's Gas Service, and the starters being announced on the floor. It's a good crowd on hand for a Saturday afternoon matchup. Sioux Falls, Washington today in their road black uniforms with orange letters and numbers and a little orange trim down the sides. The Govs in their traditional home whites with green letters and numbers, Governors, and block script across the chest of the jerseys. For Sioux Falls, Washington, in orange block letters, Warriors across the chest. Baskin, Hoffman, Verhey, Johnson, and Woods for the Warriors. For Pierre, Austin, Sonnenschein, Simmental, Getz, and Olsen. Pierre needing, according to their coach, Kustler needing to win the battle on the glass. Warriors looking to shake off some rust after a 9-day layoff. Jace Woods at 6'3" for Sioux Falls for the opening tip-off. Eladio Simmental at 6'1". And the tip-off ultimately controlled by Sioux Falls, Washington, brought to you by Comtech. As they start on the right wing, now go cross court left corner. Corner pocket shot comes off the back heel of the orange iron. No good for Lucas Johnson. Now Pierre moving from right to left. Left to right, I beg your pardon, as there's a foul. Dawson Getz bumping into the ball carrier there for Sioux Falls, Washington. Or Luke Olsen is who they get for the foul. So Warriors going back to work. Right wing now at the free throw line for Hay. Couple of dribbles and has that ball poked away. Eladio Simmental taking it the other way on the near sideline. Ball goes out of bounds but off of the Warriors. 7:27 to go. First quarter, no score. Inbound goes into the backcourt to Luke Olsen, who will walk it up the floor. Shifty ball handler and a good shot creator. Top of the key, bounces it short over to the elbow to Simmental. He holds the ball with his back to the basket, now starts to attack, going to the cup, and it rolls through. 2-0 Pierre. Cross-court pass into the left corner for Lucas Johnson. Now gets it on the baseline for Verhey. Back to Johnson on the left arc. Warriors patiently trying to go underneath, had that ball knocked away, but into the hands of another Warrior. Here's Johnson in the post, swing out to Baskin, who rolls it off the glass and through, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Minute and a half gone by, 2-2. Governors looking to stop a 3-game losing skid. Warriors looking for their 4th straight win. Little dribble attack. Pull up inside the free throw line. Comes up short for Dawson Getz. Rebounded by Baskin and the Warriors. Verhey in the right arc. Short underhand toss in the far corner to Sam Baskin. Now Brennan Verhey. Right arc. Baskin again. Moving around the perimeter. Baskin has an open look. Starts to drive and pulls out. 17 seconds left to shoot. Johnson fumbles it for a moment. Now Baskin will try a 3. Scrapes the front of the rim and rolls all the way out past the arc for an offensive rebound. Fresh 35 on the shot clock for Sioux Falls, Washington as they move it around the horn again. This time near corner, baseline drive, offensive rebound, and a putback good for Brennan Verhey. Second chance points for the Warriors, puts them back out in front 4-2 with less than 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Simmental gets it outside here to Getz as he dribbles and waits for the offense to set up. Right arc right now, and a foul as Luke Olson was pivoting around. It'll be called on Sam Baskin of Sioux Falls, Washington. Now 1 team foul for each side. Baseline inbound. Trigger man goes short. Olson with the assist to Corday Austin. And we are tied up again, 4-all here in the early goings. Ball slung out of bounds by Tommy Hoffman. Sailed that one looking to go underneath. And first turnover gives it back to the Govs. Olsen walking it up. Now they go right arc. Simmental turns around. Plaster defense by Jace Woods. Here's a deep 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Sawyer Sonnenschein. And saved inbounds. Tommy Hoffman running with the Warriors now. Lucas Johnson has it on the left arc. Hesitated the shot. Now passes to Verhey, who is on that near side. Now ball at his shoes. Picks it up. Escapes the defense. Sam Baskin. Sling out 3. Tommy Hoffman at nothing but net. They rely on him, does Sioux Falls, Washington. And a triple buried by him makes it 7-4. Sioux Falls, Washington here in the first. Austin holds the ball. Now goes top of the key. Getz. They get it far corner now with Sonnenschein. Pass with the right-hand free throw line. Simmental. Now right arc 3. Austin on the way. Rolls out. And rebounded by the big 6'3 junior Jace Woods. Near corner on the other end for Lucas Johnson. Holding the ball over his head. Guarded by Simmental. Started to drive baseline. Kick out 3. That one off target for Tommy Hoffman and pulled away by Luke Olson and the Govs. Far sideline Getz. He'll pull up from 3. That one swirls out as well. Govs close, but a couple of triples off the mark. Sioux Falls, Washington ahead by 3, and a tie-up on the baseline. Getz and Sonnenschein putting their hands around Sam Baskin as now substitutes for Sioux Falls, Washington. Sam Uring. And coming in as well. Now we got a baseline inbound for Uring. Lofts it over to Jace Woods on the right arc. Benjamin Sprecher, the sophomore for the Warriors in the game. Pull up from the right elbow. In and out for Sam Baskin. Fight for the rebound on the ground. Won by the Govs. They retake possession, trailing by 3 first quarter. Dribble drive for Luke Olson. Slings it out. Corner pocket far side. No good for Corday Austin. Second chance points. Won by Eladio Simmental. Gets within 1. 7-6 Warriors. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Sam Baskin swings it over top of the arc to Johnson. Now Baskin gets it again, right arc. Little give and go to him again. He shoots it with 18 seconds left and buries a 3-pointer. 10-6. Sioux Falls, Washington ahead. Luke Olson driving, passes off at the last moment, was trying to find Austin under the basket, but won't go. Now quickly on the other end, Warriors in transition. Missed layup, Jace Woods. And Getz wins the rebounds for the Governors. Cowboy Country Stores brings us our player of the game. Stay tuned afterward to figure out who takes that one tonight. Right arc, Sonnenschein rolling around, top of the key, little hander over to Luke Olson as he directs traffic with 15 seconds on the shot clock. He's trying to bring in Simmental for a screen. Now Olson dribbling right. To the basket he goes, attacks, and there gets that passed off at the final moment to Corday Austin. So the play they tried to run unsuccessfully last time works to the tune of a bucket for the Govs. It's 10-8 now, Pierre trailing. Baskin has been holding the ball a lot in this first quarter. Now they get it near corner. Sam Irving missing the 3 ball. Pierre takes it the other way. Nice bounce pass for Luke Olson. Found Getz, and his shot off the glass is no good. Pierre goes near corner again. Johnson traveling baseline. Crafty layup is good. 12-8 Warriors. Luke Olson will slow things down as he dribbles the ball up the court, calling out the play. Short bounce over to Sonnenschein, the 5'8 senior. Now near side, Olson. Thought about the pass, now dribbles, attacks. Long 2, baseline jumper. Won't find it, Corday Austin. And Sonnenschein fighting with the much larger Jace Woods for the rebound. They wrestle together. And it will be Pierre basketball. Eladio Simmental and Sawyer Sonnenschein coming out for Pierre. Carter Shufflebine into the game, as is Lincoln Dilges. Dilges making some nice plays in that JV game earlier today. Inbound goes top of the key, Kid and Aharts. Swing on the arc. Pull up 3. Cash! Luke Olson. No doubt in his mind shooting that basketball. Makes it a 1-point game again. 12-11 Sioux Falls, Washington. 70 seconds to go in the first. 3 ball for Johnson on the way. High up off the front of the rim, won't go. Offensive rebound initially won by Sioux Falls, Washington, and a foul there. Benjamin Sprecher, the man for the Warriors to get it. And a foul going against Aharts of Pierre. Inbound goes to Johnson. He attacks the rim. Can't find the layup. And Austin takes the board for Pierre. Luke Olson attacking again. Shoves it in the far corner. Aharts. Short slip over to Olson, who now finds that left wing. Top of the key. Straight away 3. Blocked. Verhey swats that one, and Sioux Falls, Washington moving quickly the other way. A Tommy Hoffman layup good. 14-11. Just 3 seconds separate shot in game clock with 28 to shoot for Pierre. Aharts handoff on the near sideline for Luke Olson, who holds the ball on his left hip. Still holding it. No one moving on the floor, really, just waiting the final moments of this first quarter down. Olson now dribbling just in front of the logo. Crossover dribble. Moves right. Swing out near corner. A 3-pointer good for Caden Aharts. We are tied at 14. 5 seconds to go. Far corner Johnson. Now right arc Verhey from deep. In and out at the buzzer. So a 14-14 game after 1. That from our scoreboard sponsor, Gale's Gas Service. 60-second timeout. Second quarter coming up.
Every day. Or getting back afterwards, DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux and Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Here for the start of the second quarter at Rakes High Gym. Govs 14, Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors 14. Warriors had control sort of for the first couple of minutes, but the Govs finding a little bit of offense, lots of distribution offensively for Luke Olson, and now the Warriors start the second quarter with the basketball, moving right to left, and they're all black with orange numerals. Sam Baskin Left arc now attacks. Got past a couple of defenders. Swing out right arc. Lucas Johnson, someone they think can create mismatches, a lengthy 6'5". They give it back to him. 15 to shoot. This time over to Verhey. Short-handed Johnson out left arc. Baseline. Baskin. Around the rosy they go. Hoffman gets fouled by Aharts right before passing it off. Aharts with his second personal foul. Inbound high in the paint. Jace Wood slips through his hands. Johnson collects, and here's a layup with one hand. Misses on the first time, but Tommy Hoffman collects his own rebound and puts it back. He's got 7 for the Warriors. Put Sioux Falls, Washington back out ahead, 16-14, 45 seconds into this second quarter. Govs move from right to left in all white. Here's a 3 ball on the way, no good. Aharts taking it the other side. Hoffman, he pulls back at the top of the key. Now Sam Baskin pulling the trigger from the far corner. That won't find it either. Baskin ends up back with a basketball and swirls that one through. 7 for Baskin as well, 18-14. Olsen, swing pass to his right to Shufflebine. Now they move left arc. Olsen has it back. Shufflebine attacking. Shot with the left hand. Off the glass, no good. Jace Woods, a big 6'3" junior, collects for the Warriors. Baskin again, far corner. Baseline Verhey, back over to Baskin. Now trying to make that extra pass underneath and intercepted, stolen away by Eladio Simmental. Pierre back with the basketball with 6 minutes and change until the break. They trail by 4. Right wing, catch and shoot 3. Misses the mark for Caden Aharts. Pierre gets it back, and Simmental throws it away, trying to bounce it over to Shufflebine. Out of bounds, a Govs turnover. Sutton, Sonnenschein into the game now for Pierre. Dawson Getz coming back in for the Govs. Left arc Lucas Johnson, and fakes his way in a couple of times and blocked from behind by Dawson Getz. Now the Govs moving with some pace. Long 2 shot, no good for Sonnenschein. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Warriors. 5:41 to go until the break. Govs trail 18-14. Bounce and a catch and shoot. Cash for Dawson Getz, his first points today. Nice find off the inbound. Warriors quickly get it into their front court. And Baskin, who gets triple teamed under the basket, throws it out cross court to Johnson. Now they reset offensively, 24 seconds on the shot clock. Verhey holding it on the left arc. Now goes near corner, letting it fly. Lucas Johnson can't find the 3 ball. Luke Olsen holding it for Pierre. A little short bounce over to Sutton Sonnenschein. Olsen has it in the near corner. Thinking about a couple of his options. Short slip now in that corner to Simmental as he's working against Woods in somewhat isolation. Now Corday Austin just inside the right arc. Makes a long 2 jumper. We're tied up again, 18 all. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. Cross-court pass, open 3. Money for Tommy Hoffman. Hoffman in double figures after that 3-pointer. 21-18, Sioux Falls, Washington, looking for their 4th straight win. Ball poked away from Luke Olsen, and now Sam Baskin running with it for Sioux Falls, Washington. Nearly fell down to a knee, saved it on the dribble. Far corner 3 off the side of the rim, short. Tommy Hoffman, basket wins it back for the Warriors. Cross-court pass, now baseline. Bounce over to Woods, and Woods is fouled in the act. So our first free throws in tonight's game come with 4:13 left in the second quarter. First on Eladio Simmental, and sends Jace Woods to the stripe for a pair. Perfect on the first. Sam Uring and Benjamin Sprecher back into the game for Sioux Falls, Washington. And second attempt for Woods, too strong. Pulled away by Austin. Olsen, chest pass, Simmental was looking for Olsen backwards, and the ball goes over Olsen and into the student section of the seats for a giveaway. Inbound goes to Tommy Hoffman, walks it over the logo now. 4-point lead for the Warriors, as they've had some good ball movement here early in the first half. At the free throw line, Johnson is holding it. He'll pull up from just inside the left elbow and makes that shot. 4 points for Lucas Johnson. 24-18 now. Simmental with a right-hand dribble drive, falling to the ground, and a travel called. Jace Woods in defense. Our player of the game will announce after tonight's contest. It's brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores. Three and a half to go until halftime. Left arc, Sprecher. Now right wing for Hoffman. They get it back to Sprecher, baseline Woods. Double teamed over there. 20 seconds to shoot. Three-pointer on the way. No good, Tommy Hoffman. Sutton Sonnenschein winning the rebound for Pierre. Bounce past Luke Olsen off of the shoe of Tommy Hoffman. So the kicked ball will bring a near sideline inbound for the Govs. Tommy Hoffman out, maybe their best player for Sioux Falls, Washington, but Sam Baskin, who's been an issue for Pierre today, coming back in. He guards Luke Olsen at the top of the key. They try and get a screen to switch off of him, but stays there. Here's a jumper from the baseline. Won't go. Dilges. Offensive rebound. Back out to Luke Olsen. Drive. Kick out in the corner. Gets with a corner. Three is good from the near side. 24-21. Govs trail. Baskin over. Now it goes to Johnson. Baskin, top of the key. And Johnson was looking to go corner. Now he'll take another long two. He's found his stroke from mid-range. Misses that time. Corday Austin on the rebound. Luke Olsen calling out another play here. Gets a double screen. Passes in the near corner, Austin. Govs moving slow here. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing. Sutton Sonnenschein three. It rolls through. Rattling its way in. Stop me if you've heard this before. We're tied up. 24 all. 2 minutes to go until halftime. Johnson, short pass, Baskin, right wing. Dribble drive with the right hand. Out to Jace Woods. The big is going to try the three. No good, and we get a foul on the rebound. Sam Uring getting called for the foul there. Just the first of the quarter for Sioux Falls, Washington. 2 in the frame for Pierre. Not a lot of whistles. We've had just 2 free throws combined the first 14 minutes of this game. Top of the key, Dawson gets. Short pass over to Sutton Sonnenschein, trying to keep him going. Rattles in and out. Offensive board and a putback. That time for Lincoln Dilges. Here takes the lead. 26-24. Top of the key, Uring. They give it back to him. Now near corner, Johnson. Jace Woods dribbles back to the far corner. Now starts to go baseline. Slip over to Johnson, who gets fouled. And free throws coming for Lucas Johnson. Lincoln Dilges called for his first foul. So now all 4 free throws that we've seen in this game belonging to the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. First is good for Johnson. Brennan Verhey and Tommy Hoffman, a couple of the night starters, checking back into the game for Sioux Falls, Washington, with 1:19 to go in quarter number 2. Johnson splits the pair. Offensive board, though, belongs to Jace Woods. Far corner, trying to cross over, gets. Swing over right arc, Johnson. They give it back to Woods. Is he going to go to work into the post? No. Out to Baskin, top of the key. 22 to shoot. Tommy Hoffman gives it up with a pass and a double dribble. Brennan Verhey in the near corner. Right now for Pierre, Sutton Sonnenschein will inbound. Luke Olsen on the floor. Corday Austin. Dawson gets, and the other Governor player, Lincoln Dilgis. Sonnenschein on the near side has it poked away out of bounds by Sam Baskin. So Sonnenschein to inbound again, the younger brother. Luke Olson dribbling with the right hand, goes to a standstill. Sonnenschein near corner. Luke Olson gets a pass into the block and immediately fouled by Tommy Hoffman as he picks up his first. Baseline inbound, Olson the trigger man. 9 seconds separate the game from the shot clock. Sonnenschein comes open under the basket. They feed it to him. He's trying to shoulder his way against Baskin, and the shot comes up short. Hands up defense for Baskin. Maybe through some contact, no whistle. Woods on the attack. Nearly lost the ball out of bounds, saves it. Johnson gets it in the near corner, and he slings a three home. Warriors retake the lead, 28-26. 15 seconds remaining. Luke Olson dribbling right now between the legs, gets past Hoffman. Nice move through the defense, and he charges. An offensive foul gives it back to the Warriors with 6.1. They'll go the full length of the floor. Sprecher comes in to do the inbounding. Hoffman, the only man in the backcourt, the other three. And Woods, Johnson, and Baskin already on the other side of the floor. They roll it up to preserve clock with Hoffman. 3 seconds left. 3 ball on the way. Sprecher rolls off too strong. A heave after the buzzer hits the top of the shot clock. No good. And that is how the first half comes to an end, with the Warriors taking another close lead. They lead it here at the break, 28-26. That's a look at our scoreboard from Gales Gas Service. Coming up, our halftime, brought to you by Wealth Partners and Ameriprise Financial. And that will begin 3 minutes from now. You're listening to River 92.7.
Ameriprise Advice.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
In the capital city, it's William Wilson back at our broadcast studios in Pierre. You can also watch tonight's game on gogovs.live and on the River 92.7 page of drgnews.com. Your Governors trail Sioux Falls, Washington, 28-26 at the break. It's been even up all the way through. Several lead changes. I think the game has been tied on at least 3, possibly 4 separate occasions. And even in a lot of ways, the Warriors started to heat up from 3. Pierre hit a couple of their own. Dawson Getz, Luke Olson, Caden Aharts, and Sutton Sonnenschein all nailing triples in the first half. So 4 shots made from beyond the arc for Pierre in the first half. 1 for Sam Baskin for Sioux Falls, Washington. 2 for Tommy Hoffman. And 1 for Lucas Johnson. So even in that department as well. A early look at our out-of-town scoreboard for the Lady Govs as they try and knock off the undefeated 6-0 Lady Warriors. It's 35-33 Sioux Falls, Washington at the half in the girls' game going on over in Sioux Falls. Justin Cower is calling that one on KGFX 1060 AM today. And going on elsewhere, a few games, but no scores being reported yet. So deeper look at some of our first half stats for the Governors. It's been a team effort. 6 points leading the way. It's Corday Austin. And just 3 field goals for him. Dawson Getz has 5 with a 3-pointer made. 4 for Eladio Simental. And 1 triple each for Luke Olson, Caden Aharts, and Sutton Sonnenschein. No real foul trouble to speak of. We only had 4 total free throws in the first 16 minutes of play, and all 4 of them did belong to Sioux Falls, Washington, but no one in any type of foul trouble. Luke Olson and Caden Aharts each have 2 for Pierre, and whistles were sparse on the Warriors' side of things. By my tally, I have just 2 team fouls called on Sioux Falls, Washington in the first half, but there might be 1 or 2 more. Tommy Hoffman coming in for the Warriors. We knew he was the straw that stirs the drink. Jeff Tobin, their head coach, told us in the pregame they rely on him. Well, he has delivered in that department. 10 points, leading the game in scoring there into double figures. Sam Baskin has been all over the floor. The guard wearing number 3 in black and orange with 7 points, including a 3-point make. They put the ball in his hands a lot, and they task him with going to work on dribble drives and passing it out, something Luke Olson has done several times in this first half for the Governors as well. And someone that they really wanted to get going, someone they were intentional about getting the ball based on our discussions pregame. Lucas Johnson, a 6'5" senior forward, a long, lanky frame, a guy that, with his quickness as well, can create mismatches. It's hard to find a good defender to put on him. And he has made a couple of buckets already, including a 3-pointer. Lucas Johnson with 8 points right now in the game. Warriors have come out of the locker room to start their warm-ups prior to the second half. Governors still in the locker room. We'll take a 60-second timeout and come right back before the start of the third quarter.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck
Back
Energy.
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box.
Hi, Jim. Just about a minute away from the third quarter getting underway as the Govs right now trailing Sioux Falls, Washington by a score of 28-26. It was 14-all at the end of the first quarter. SF Washington 14-12 margin in the second period. And coming into the day, Warriors at 4-2, good for tying fifth place in Double-A. Pierre at 2-3, having lost 3 in a row at 14th in Double-A. And Sioux Falls, Washington has won the last 4 meetings between them and the Governors since 2022. And when we asked Coach Tobin about that before the game, complimenting really just the players' execution, but mentioning as well that a lot of them have been hardly contested, including last year's SODAC 16 game won by Sioux Falls, Washington 52-47. It's been a real successful run for Jeff Tobin now in his 4th year. 50-28 his record, and he has made the state semifinals in 2 of his first 3 full seasons. Brianna Kusler has had a good run as well, making the SODAC 16 in each of her first 3 full years. And now we are ready for play. Start of the second half is brought to us by Comtech. Governors have it with possession, and they're all home whites with green numerals moving from right to left. Backing into the post meets a double team. Simmental, he'll still pull around for a fadeaway shot. No good. Simmental gets the offensive rebound back. 3-pointer on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Dawson Getz. And that's how we start half number 2. Pierre out back ahead, 29-28. Baskin with a short dump over to Lucas Johnson past the right elbow. They respond with a 3-ball of their own with Tommy Hoffman. Cash. 13 for the senior guard. And right back where we started, the 2-point game. Now 31-29 Warriors. Olsen has a give and go. He now dribbles baseline, loses it out of bounds, and that will be a turnover. It was Simmental standing on the post. Olsen shoves it to him. Gave it right back to Olsen, trying to drive downhill. But Olsen losing the dribble, and now Sioux Falls, Washington going back to work. A heat check for Hoffman. That one is good as well. From the same spot, deep shot from the right arc, and 6 quick points for Tommy Hoffman, 34-29. Looking for a response, Corday Austin dribbles far corner, now moving it to the near side. Luke Olsen, short dribble drive, little hander to Dawson Getz. Now Luke Olsen, deep 3. Yes! Olsen responds. 34-32. Minute and a half into this third quarter. Tommy Hoffman dribbling on that near side again, where he's made 2 quick shots. Sam Baskin now in a dribble and just squirts out of his right hand right into Corday Austin of the Govs. Pierre chest pass into Luke Olsen, right arc. Trying to find Austin cutting towards the basket. Reverse layup rolls off. Austin gets it back. Puts it off the glass again. No good. Scramble for it. 3 white jerseys in the area, and a jump ball called as it was Brennan Verhey, the lone man in black and orange, and this time the possession arrow lying with the Warriors. Sioux Falls, Washington in all black with orange letters and numbers moves from left to right. Baskin now catches a handoff and rolls to the far side, and his pass intercepted away by Dawson Getz. Olsen dribbling with the right hand, passing back to Getz. Ball rolling on the ground, out of bounds. And the official that was closest to the play looking at the referee at midcourt to get the call, and he says it's Govs basketball. So with 25 on the shot clock, the official will hand it to Luke Olson near the far corner to inbounds. Slings it over to Corday Austin on the right arc. And Sawyer Sunshine calling out a play right now. Catching it. Will this be a 3 or a 2? It won't matter as it's no good for Dawson Getz on the right wing. Stays at 2-point Warriors lead. Sioux Falls, Washington with possession here. Lucas Johnson, right arc. They give it right back to him in that spot. 22 seconds left. Jace Woods. Now a deep 3 for Tommy Hoffman on the left side. No good. Offensive rebound off the back heel. Goes all the way out to Verhey on the wing. And here's Lucas Johnson burying a 3. Far corner pocket. Double digits for Johnson. 11 points for the senior. And it's 37-32 Warriors. Nice find for Corday Austin. Olson rumbling down to the basket. And a blocking foul is called on Jace Woods for his first team foul of this second half. Whistles nary to be found in this game so far, but now our first free throws for Pierre today. Luke Olson sinking his first. So how about that? Your first free throws of the game come with 4:53 left in the third quarter. Simmental and Getz coming out. It's Aharts and Dilges in for the Govs. And Olson, good on both. 8 points for the senior distributor. Baskin walking it down the floor. Hoffman whips it. Left wing, Johnson. Baskin now into the game. Sprecher for the Warriors. Johnson hands up defense against Austin. Throws it into the lane. How was that not intercepted? Baskin comes away with it. 3-pointer for Hoffman. Takes a high bounce off the right side of the rim. And put back points for Sioux Falls, Washington. I believe Jace Woods was who they said on the basket there. Luke Olson shouldering his way into the post. Tries to throw it back out. It was tipped on its way out, but keeping it for the Govs, Corday Austin. Now right corner, Olson, cross-court pass, moving towards the basket. Aharts now swinging the near corner 3. Won't find it, Austin. And fighting for the offensive rebound, Sawyer Sunshine, and a foul called again. Jace Woods called again, his second foul. This will be a inbound. 3:56 to go in the third quarter, 39-34. Sioux Falls, Washington leading the Pierre Governors. Boys basketball action here in South Dakota's capital city. Luke Olson bounce pass. Coming down baseline, and a layup made. Dawson Getz. 39-36. Into the corner. Johnson 3. I mean, they are just trading them at this point. Lucas Johnson with another made shot from beyond the arc. 14 for him. 42-36. They go left wing Aharts, trying to find down low Dilges, and another whistle and another foul on Jace Woods, his third. This could come into play. Brendan Verhey is going to come in for him now as Jace Woods, maybe the best rebounder on the floor coming out of the game. Sawyer Sunshine holding the ball on the right arc, looking for someone. He'll dribble back to the top of the key. And it's on the near sideline. Olson who throws it smartly off of Tommy Hoffman's shoe. And so the Govs will inbound from the near sideline. Goes into the backcourt for Sawyer Sunshine. Cowboy Country Stores brings us our player of the game. Stay tuned to our post game to find out who takes that award home tonight. Long 2 on the way. Pierre, no good. Offensive board and another foul. Dawson Getz reeled it in for Pierre. And a foul on Sam Uring. Or Ewing. Realize now I'm seeing an R on the roster that it is not there. As the first free throw good for Dawson Getz. He's got 11. Corday Austin and Sutton Sunshine coming in as A. Hartz and Sawyer Sunshine depart. Second free throw for Getz is good. 12 for the 6'3 senior guard. Zone defense right now for Pierre. Far corner now, baseline Hoffman. Slip off pass. An assist for him as he finds Sprecher for a basket. 44-38. Pierre trailing with the basketball, less than 3 minutes to go in the third. And a floater in the lane, no good for Pierre. Dawson Getz, they get it back, offensive board. They give it back to Getz. This one is from three. It's good. 44-41. Cutting this Warriors lead now to 3. Baskin, far corner. Step over 3 from the wing. Off the rim. Austin gets it back for Pierre. Austin at the top of the key. Chest pass. Austin right wing. Holds it over his head. Now finds Sun and Shine. Too strong on the 3. And wrestled away from Austin. It's Hoffman now with a nice dribble around a defender. 2-on-1, Sioux Falls, Washington. And a missed shot for Sam Baskin. And a foul incoming. What is this call going to be? It's going to be on Pierre. And the second foul against Lincoln Dilgis. A rare kind of pure transition play in this game. It's really been played in the half court for most of the night. First free throw, no good, Lucas Johnson. Dilgis with those 2 fouls will depart. Eladio Simmental coming back in, one of tonight's starters with 4 points in the game. Trying to extend this to 4. Lucas Johnson with a free throw. That one rattles in. He's got 15 in this one. Simmental brings it up into the half set for the Govs. Holds it over his head. Now Getz. Top of the key, driving inside. Luke Olson nearly lost the ball. Picked it up to fight it away. Getz from the same spot from 3. Same results. Another 3-point make. Dawson Getz, 18 in the game for him, the 3-point specialist. 1-point game now, 45-44. And Hoffman threw it out of bounds, but tipped by Governor on its way. Tommy Hoffman standing on the TF of the TF rigs along the baseline. Inbound short to Sprecher. Now they go cross-court pass. Right wing 3. Cash money for Lucas Johnson. He has been a problem today. 48-44. Sioux Falls, Washington leads the Pierre Governors. 1:12 to go in the third quarter. Simmental takes a jump shot from behind the free throw line. Comes off the back heel. Offensive rebound, Luke Olson. And a kiss off the glass. Double figures for Olson. 1 minute to play in quarter number 3. Dumping it underneath to Johnson. He takes a couple of steps towards the near sideline, and they hand it right back to him on that sideline. Sprecher. He'll let it fly. Off target. Getz climbs the ladder with that 6'3 frame. Olson trying to dribble through the defense. Picks it up at the left elbow. Straight away, gets passed up the 3. Now Luke Olson will try. It comes up short. He immediately went to chase the rebound. Ewing on the rebound for Sioux Falls, Washington. Shot clock turned up with 25 seconds left. Ewing slings it over to Tommy Hoffman. Now Tommy Hoffman will just dribble some time off at the logo. Every other player just standing around waiting for action. 8 seconds. Short pass, Sprecher. In the paint, a little tip shot is good. 2 seconds left. Will they get the shot off? I don't know if they did or not, but it was tipped on its way out. And so 50-46 is the score with Sioux Falls, Washington out ahead of Pierre. That from our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Been back and forth all night long. Does Pierre have another run in them in this fourth quarter to come back in? Tune in 1 minute from now. Find out.
Their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Visit us today to discuss new tires or other auto services. Graham Tire and Automotive, 421 West Sioux and Pierre. Call us at 224-8643. Schedule service online at grahamtire.com.
You like three-point shooting? This has been the game for you. Teams trading blows all night long. We've got one quarter left to decide this one. And Pierre trailing Sioux Falls, Washington, 50-46 with the basketball. Moving right to left, and they're all white and green. Austin. Now they get it in the corner to Luke Olson. Far side, that one comes up short again. His last two have missed by that way. Hoffman slings it under the basket, looking for Sam Baskin in the turnover for the Warriors. 20 points in that last quarter for Pierre, but 22 for Sioux Falls, Washington. So 44 total points in that third quarter. Govs have it again, 7.5 minutes to go. Shuffle by. Left elbow jumper off the front of the rim. In came Simmental, trying to just tap it in and won't go. And here we get a foul called on Sutton Sonnenschein. First team foul for either side in this quarter. Have not been called much at all through the first three. And Sioux Falls, Washington, who has been good, running time off in the half court, will likely do so here. Sam Baskin dribbles with the left hand to that side. They give it back to him on the left arc. Chest pass over top of the key, Hoffman. Now Hoffman picks it up. Zone defense, double teamed right there. Ball out of bounds. Tipped by Luke Olson there on that far sideline. Short shift for Sonnenschein. And coming back in, I believe, Dawson Getz joins Luke Olson, Carter Shufflebein, Corday Austin, and Eladio Simmental. Far corner, Brennan Verhey now on the left arc. Now back to the corner pocket three off the side of the rim for Tommy Hoffman. Now Dawson Getz running in transition. He's just going to take this one coast to coast by himself. Hits the deck, no call. Count the basket and the foul for Corday Austin. 2-point game, a chance to cut it to one. On the second foul for Brennan Verhey. So the crowd hushes to a quiet with his hand one attempt. Takes a deep breath, bends at the knees, and misses the free throw. Rebound goes high in the air, controlled by Jace Woods, playing with 3 fouls, and the Warriors. They pass it to him on the right wing. Crossover dribble move to get past Shufflebein. Now into the near corner. Hoffman with an attack. Gives it over to Woods. Woods has a couple of defenders shaded his way in the zone. And a takeaway. Luke Olson, he's all alone. Stole it straight clean in a basket for Olson. We're tied up at 50. 6:15 to go. And finally, our first timeout taken today. It is by Sioux Falls, Washington, a Coca-Cola bottling timeout. It's a full one on the floor. We'll return on River 92.7 in 1 minute.
Career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Titan Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest
Back
problem?
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Back out of the timeout with 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter. We are tied at 50. Luke Olson has stolen it again. The basket that took us to the timeout, a carbon copy. 14 for Olson. Govs ahead. And this defense is roaring now. Washington taking advantage of some mispositioning, but missed a couple of tip-ins for Brennan Verhey. Simmental near sideline, now back near the logo, holding it at the hip. Luke Olson near wing, dribble, drive, shuffle, bind. Was trying to pass it back out and just throws it away out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to the Warriors. 5:35 left. Pierre has not held a lead for very long in this game, and I don't believe have been ahead by more than a basket at any point, maybe a 4-point lead at one point or another early in the first half. Tommy Hoffman, far sideline. Now it's Verhey holding it there. Now Johnson as they come in with a rotation of guys. Left elbow, Hoffman with his back to the basket, now goes in and gets fouled on his way to the cup. This foul will be going against Dawson Getz, his first. Getz with 18 for Pierre tonight. Stay tuned for our postgame to figure out who gets our Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. First free throw, perfect for Tommy Hoffman. 17 for him. And this one to potentially tie the game. It will not. Fight for the rebounds. Gets away from Getz. Back to Johnson of Sioux Falls, Washington. And now Lucas Johnson gets fouled. And another foul on Dawson Getz. Just his second. But it is the team's third in this fourth quarter. 5:08 left. Only one team foul in the frame for the Warriors. And right back to the free throw line goes, for this time, Lucas Johnson, I should say. Good on the first. Johnson with 19 now. And that first make has tied us again at 52. That one swirls out. Austin Corday was all alone underneath the basket to pick it up. Gets dribbling with his left hand, top of the key. Now Wilson left wing. Oh, he's got a clear path to the basket and rolls in and hung on the front of the rim for a moment and goes through. Govs ahead again. Under 5 to go. Left arc, Lucas Johnson. Luke Olson smothered all over him. Couple of defensive switches happening right now. Here's Baskin, top of the key. Dribbling around, they give it back to Baskin. Free throw line and open under the basket, Brennan Verhey. And he ties us up again, 54 all. Olson fakes, pass right, goes left. They give it right back to him. He has got a full head of steam coming down the baseline, and we get a whistle. Tommy Hoffman with the whistle. And you can tell the Governors all intent to put the ball in the hands of Luke Olson in this late stage. Luke Olson will inbound from the baseline. 3 seconds go off, and a perfect find and an assist right underneath to Carter Shufflebein, who somehow snuck through all those black and orange jerseys. Crossover dribble, Baskin. They go outside. Johnson left wing, now inside. Turnaround shot, no. Right corner three. Barry by Sam Baskin. Another triple. Sprecher, who has caused problems off the bench, number 15 for Sioux Falls, Washington. 56-56. Deep three for Pierre. Comes up short for Getz. And Tommy Hoffman pulls it in. Full court pass to Baskin. Sprecher cutting towards the basket. Misses the layup. Fight for it near the baseline and a foul. Hold on Sioux Falls, Washington. Brendan Verhey called for his third. Or that was actually, it was a defensive foul. But either way, it's Verhey's third. A loose ball, they say, Pierre had taken control of it. 3.5 minutes left in this one. It's been good all the way through. 57-56, Sioux Falls, Washington, on the road in Pierre. Corday Austin bounced over, loose ball. Luke Olson tracks it down on the far sideline. Couple of dribble moves with the right hand, goes between the legs. Dawson gives it back to Olson, standing right in front of the Pierre bench. Now, with the shot fading away, can't find it. Corday Austin pulls it away, and another foul on the Warriors. Sprecher for his first, and that is the fourth team foul in the quarter suddenly for the Warriors. Pierre with just 3. So a game that hasn't had many free throws so far. Will we see some in the final minutes of the final quarter? Luke Olson came open inside the free throw line. Offensive rebound, Simmental. His putback won't go. Johnson off to Woods. 1-on-1 with Getz, and Woods gets the basket. 59-56. Pierre with a basketball trailing by 3. Austin on the right wing. Starts to dribble with the left hand, quickly picks it up. Shuffle by on top of the key, slings it over to Olson on the near side. Getz thinking about it. Back to the top of the key, Olson. They'll reset this possession with 12 seconds left. Gets a screen, sidestep 3, Luke Olson! Yes! 59-all! Tommy Hoffman going down to work. And a two-hand slam for Jace Woods. Blow for blow, punch for punch. 2-point game again, 2 minutes left. I think Luke Olson was expecting a Pierre timeout, and now he gets it, called by Brianna Kusler, a Coca-Cola bottling timeout. With 1:57 to go, it is 61-59. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
1981.
We are in store for a good one here tonight. Less than 2 minutes of regulation. We may need extra time the way this one has gone. Tied up several times. 61-59 our mark right now. Sioux Falls, Washington leading the Pierre Governors. It was 14-all at the end of the first. 28-26 at the break. 50-46 Warriors heading into the fourth. And Pierre will have it in the half set out of their own timeout with 26 seconds on the shot clock. Corday Austin from the near sideline will toss it into Dawson Getz. Luke Olson, right wing, gets the pick left, now dribbles right. Shoulders around a defender and passes it to Shufflebine, who gets it off the glass. 61-61. Shufflebine, close defense. Now they go left corner, Johnson. Left elbow, now top up, Tommy Hoffman. Dribbling left-handed outside. Bank shot, good. Tommy Hoffman had one in his bag there. Puts the Warriors ahead by a pair. 1:20 to play. Olson directing traffic. Will hand it short to Dawson Getz. Now Luke Olson on the far corner. Holds the ball out his shoes, now starts to attack. Waiting for Getz to go towards the basket before he passes it to him for the bucket. 22 for Dawson Getz. 63-all. 1 minute left. Hoffman, before a pass a timeout by Sioux Falls, Washington. Timeout's brought to us by Coca-Cola Bottling, and we'll take another 30-second timeout. Don't miss the finish.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
57.4 seconds remain in regulation here. And Sioux Falls, Washington will have the basketball here out of their timeout. Baskin to Tommy Hoffman near center court. Now they give it back to Baskin. And they try to clear out the floor. Some space for Woods in the paint, but he can't finish. Defensive rebound for the Governors. Luke Olson quickly brings it in the front court and gets another Coca-Cola bottling timeout. This one will be a full timeout, so we'll take it with him. 60 seconds. We return on River 92.7.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70
Back
years.
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The team's trading timeouts here with under a minute to play. Still tied 63-63. This time it will be Pierre with a chance. They just had to draw something up. We'll see what they've got in store. Carter Schuffelbein to inbound. Goes left wing to Eladio Simmental. Dawson Getz, who's got 22 points tonight. Slinging it over to Luke Olson in front of the bench. Defender hits the deck. No call. And count the Banska with the foul. Luke Olson with an and one. Blocking going against Brennan Verhey, his fourth. 65-63, a chance to make it a three-point game. Dribbles once with the right hand, and the shot is good. 20 for Olsen, three-point lead Governors. Shot clock turned off, and a quick timeout as Brendan Verhey rolls it right in front of Jeff Tobin in the Sioux Falls, Washington bench. And we will keep it here because we are getting very close to the end. If you've got any fingernails left, 30.4 seconds to go in quarter number 4. And what's interesting about this is really an entire game that's been played in a half court. Not really a lot of transition. Now, with no timeouts called in the first half, we are seeing with really since the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter, one possession at a time, timeout, and you get a possession. The other team runs it up the floor, gets the timeout, and they get to inbound and draw something up. So, especially for the basketball analytic mind, an interesting finish here at Riggs High Gym. Govs looking to snap a 3-game losing streak and get back to 500 here today. Sioux Falls, Washington, one of the top teams in AA, looking to keep a 3-game winning streak alive. That's what's at stake here with 30.5 seconds left. And we will see how far the Warriors want to run this clock down, because down by 3, the Warriors are at 66-63 Govs. You got to leave yourself some chance if you miss, or will they even go for a 3? Sprecher, short toss to Hoffman. Guarded by Shuffleby. Now it's Simmental over his way. Right elbow Johnson. Turns around, and another two-hand slam for Jace Woods. And Sioux Falls, Washington is going to call another timeout. Makes it 66-65. Pierce still up by 1. And now, very likely, the foul game is on, or, of course, at the very least, the full court press. As this one, just a short timeout, 18.9 seconds. Woods, that slam gets him to 9. They were really leaning on him. That was their plan in the first half, because coming into the day, it had been 9 days since they played the game with a 10-day layoff just a couple of weeks earlier. So they were expecting some rust. Well, they've got 65 points on the board, and they've hit a ton of threes. Didn't seem like there was all that much rust. And now Pierre with a 1-point lead. Inbounding with Dawson Getz. And Luke Olson coming open off the screen. That's the one guy you don't want to leave open. Not fouling yet. Getz has it. 13 seconds. And now we get a whistle. 12 seconds remaining. Oh, and a timeout taken by Pierre. This will be another 30-second timeout. I should remind you, Coca-Cola Bottling bringing us our timeouts tonight. A lot of them taken here in this fourth quarter. Glad to have you here. River 92.7, your voice of the Pierre Governors. GoGovs.live, as well as drgnews.com. William Haynes, happy to be here filling in for Brian Oakland today. And William Wilson back at our broadcast studio in Pierre. Hoping to bring you a Govs win. It's just 12 seconds away. And they will inbound from the backcourt once again with Getz, this time on the near side. It was the far side the previous time. Getz looking for somebody. Short into Shuffleby, immediately fouled by Baskin. And Pierre now in the bonus. Free throws coming. And they get him for the 5'10 sophomore, Carter Shuffleby. His first attempt is good. 67-65. Sprecher coming into the game for Verhey. As this free throw, trying to extend it to a three-point game. And it does. Clutch for Carter Shuffleby. Another Coca-Cola bottling timeout called by Brianna Kussler and the Governors as they get their defense all aligned with 11 seconds left. Will they just allow the Warriors to run down and take another 2? But at this point, with Sioux Falls, Washington settle for anything less than a three-point shot, of which they've had several tonight. 19 each for Tommy Hoffman and Lucas Johnson. 10 for Sam Baskin this evening, and it's really been those couple of players carrying most of the water for this Warriors offense. On the floor for Pierre, it's Austin, Shuffleby, Luke Olson, Dawson Getz, and Eladio Simmental as they defend the full length of the floor, up 68-65, 11 seconds left. Inbound goes to Baskin. He runs it up the timeline near sideline. Baskin in the paint, loses the ball. Oh, Johnson gets it back beyond the arc. 3 seconds left. Sprecher, this is going to be it. It's good! We're going to overtime! The Sioux Falls, Washington bench erupts, and they mob Sprecher on the floor. A heave, a prayer from the left wing. 68-68 at the end of regulation. You just had a feeling from our Gales Gas Service scoreboard, an extra basketball coming your way. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Graham Tire in Pierre
has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Cross back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box.
68-68. And as I look here, I was trying to tally up the fourth quarter scores. It was 22 points for Pierre in the fourth quarter, 18 for Sioux Falls, Washington. 42 points in the second half for the Govs. And we will tip it off again for this first overtime period. Simmental and Jace Woods. Starters same on the floor for Pierre. And one by Sioux Falls, Washington, and fouled is Sprecher, who made that three-point shot at the buzzer to send us to overtime, and he will go to the line to shoot two. Third foul on Luke Olson. Bounces a couple of times with the right hand, spins the basketball. Sprecher makes his first attempt. He's got 8 points right now. And this one to put the Warriors head by a pair, and he does. 70-68. Here, once again, trailing Sioux Falls, Washington. So many lead changes and ties. Luke Olson dribbled halfway down the baseline. Now left wing, Dawson Getz on a swing over to Corday Austin. Luke Olson, top of the key, gets a pick from Simmental. Olson to the cup. It's good. 22 for Olson. 70 all. 3.5 left in this first overtime. Woods faked a pass, now dribbles out to the near corner, up the side of the rim. Black jerseys are there for the offensive rebound. Second chance points for Lucas Johnson. And he has 22 points. Again, back and forth. Gets top of the key. Luke Olson, right wing. And a charge, or an illegal screen. It was off the ball. Luke Olson was holding it. And it's Simmental's second. Sprecher to inbound in the backcourt. Now Hoffman dribbling up the court with the right hand. Spins it over to Baskin at the top. And how does Jace Woods come open underneath again with another slam? His third time dunking the basketball. 74-70, Sioux Falls, Washington. Pierre with less than 3 minutes left. Corday Austin, left-hand dribble. Stops at the left elbow. Now they bounce it over to Dawson Getz. Coming open, Shufflebein. Long two-point shot. Misses everything. Rebound by Johnson. And now they really will slow things down. Jeff Tobin saying, slow, pushing with the hands. 24 seconds on the shot clock. 2:20 left in overtime. It's Baskin straight away. Now left wing three. Same spot for Sprecher that sent us to overtime. That one off the back heel. Luke Olson rebounds. Gets from the right wing. Had Sprecher all over him, so he didn't try the shot. Luke Olson, crossover dribble. Spin move. Spins now right and fouls. That's going to be on Tommy Hoffman, his third. And 2 free throws for Luke Olson. 1:59 in overtime number 1. Rattles home on the first. Make brings it 74-71. And try and draw the Govs a little closer. Swirls out. Gets nearly had it, but it goes to Sprecher, who is having one heck of an end of game. Hoffman slowly moving it up the floor. His Warriors are ahead by 3. Sprecher, far side. They give it back to him. Dump down low to Woods. They pop it back out to Baskin. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Sprecher on the wing once more. Hot passes everywhere. Playing hot potato. Sioux Falls, Washington. 5 seconds left. Woods. Turnaround shot. Won't go. Olsen with another rebound. 1:20 left in OT. Olsen loses it out of bounds. It's off of him, a turnover. Warriors get it back. Up 3. 1:18 left. The Govs have had comebacks in them all night long tonight. Can they get a big stop here? Shufflebein guarding Hoffman. Now they go to the other side with Sprecher. Short pass over to Johnson. And we'll go to a timeout. 30-second break with 1:05 left in OT.
Both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Quarter Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Quarter Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Quarter Station and the crossing.
DRG
Welcome
Media.
back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Time waning down in this extra period. 1 minute and 5 seconds with Sioux Falls, Washington having the ball ahead by 3. They've got 21 seconds left to burn of the shot clock. And now Pierre in need of a really big play. Sprecher in front of the bench, sideline inbound goes to Lucas Johnson. Dribbles with his right hand to the near side. They're going to run this one probably all the way down. Right back to Johnson. No, he'll shoot it with 12 seconds. His three-pointer, no good. Fight for the rebound. Pinballs over to Shufflebein. Pierre gets it back. They stay alive, down by 3. Simmental ships it over to Olsen. Now they give it to Getz, left wing. Gets around a defender and loses the ball. Got past Hoffman, but his body in front of the basketball, and it goes back to the Warriors, and Luke Olsen collides with Jace Woods at center court for a foul. Olsen's 4th. And they do that to send Jace Woods to the free throw line. He's got 9 points today. Or 11, I should say. With 32.2 seconds left. Off the front of the rim, no good. If he makes this one, it becomes a 2-possession game. I think the Govs got just the guy they wanted here to the stripe. Oh, the second one rolls through. 75-71. And Luke Olsen dribbles it up front, gets the timeout. A Coca-Cola bottling timeout, that is. And a 60-second timeout. We'll take it with them back in 1 minute.
Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
75-71 with 28 and a half seconds left in overtime. All four players lined up in a row off the inbound, and they go their separate ways. It's shuffled by, now over to Luke Olson on the far side, turning his way in the paint a couple of times. Fade away shot. In and out, goes in. 75-73. Shot clock obviously off, and a foul called as Tommy Hoffman will go to the line. Goes against Shufflebine. So with 10.4 seconds, 2 free throws for Tommy Hoffman. One make would bring it back to a 3-point game. 2 makes might seal the deal. Makes the first. Gets a 20-point night to Tommy Hoffman. And he makes them both. Verhey back in for Sioux Falls, Washington. 77-73. 10.5 seconds to play. Gov's got to go the full length of the floor. Gets short into Olson. 8 seconds. 5. Olson, deep 3. He bounces up a couple of times. That's it. In overtime, Sioux Falls, Washington defeats the Pierre Governors 77-73. Govs had a 3-point lead with just a couple of seconds left in the fourth quarter, and a prayer at the buzzer for Benjamin Sprecher went in to send us to OT. And Sioux Falls, Washington comes out on the winning side of things in the first overtime period. Warriors win their 4th straight. They're 5-2. Govs drop their 4th in a row. They are now 2-4 on the season. Coming up is our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. It starts in 1 minute.
Your premier hometown shop specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at GrahamTire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
7-4 today. On your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to think twice, slow down in case of ice. You've got some place to be. Governors lose a heartbreaker here tonight at home, 77-73 in overtime to Sioux Falls, Washington. And back and forth, tied up again and again all the way through the evening as we're here now on our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. It was 14-14 at the end of 1. Close again in the second quarter to keep it a 28-26 Warriors lead at the break. And then the Govs offense exploded, but really the Warriors staying with them in that. Govs get 42 points in the second half, 20 in the third, 22 in the fourth. Govs were trailing by 4 going into the final quarter of play and outscored Sioux Falls, Washington 22-18 in that fateful period and had a 68-65 advantage with just seconds to go. Sioux Falls, Washington, a pop in the left wing to Benjamin Sprecher. And as time expires in the fourth quarter, he sinks a 3
to tie the game at 68 all. And then Sioux Falls, Washington outscores the Govs 9-5 in that overtime period to hand the Governors their fourth loss of the season. Some end-of-game stats here. Leading the game in points was Luke Olson, the senior guard for the Governors, and he had some major plays tonight. Stay tuned for that in a second. Dawson Getz with 22 for the Govs as well, the 6'3 senior guard. Corday Austin with 8. Scheffelbein had 5 off the bench. And then on the Sioux Falls, Washington side, they had a couple of guys go a big way. Lucas Johnson with 22. Tommy Hoffman had 21 points. And that brings us to our Hermansen Endodontics play of the game. And without question, it would have to be that Benjamin Sprecher 3-point make at the end of regulation to tie it and send it to overtime. Saved what would have been a Warriors loss, allowed them to take it in overtime. So that Sprecher 3 at the end of the fourth is our Hermansen Endodontics big play of the game. Back in 30 seconds.
Life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back to the
Endodontics in Pierre.
Pierre Falls today, 77-73 at home to Sioux Falls, Washington. And as we look ahead to the schedule for Pierre, they will be back here against T-Area on Tuesday. And T-Area so far this year entering the day at 4-2. So that'll be another hotly contested game. And for Sioux Falls, Washington now 5-2 as they continue to climb the standings. They'll be ranked in next week's top 5 AA poll. They are home against O'Gorman on Tuesday. And as well, we gave you our Hermansen play of the game. It was the 3-pointer for Sprecher. Well, let's now talk about our player of the game, which is brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores, and we will name that player of the game for you when we come back in 1 minute.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for
back
it.
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal.
Our player of the game for tonight's game, brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores, would be the senior guard. Luke Olson had 25 points to lead all players in scoring with the game tonight. And I think back to when the game was tied 50-50 early on in the fourth quarter when the Govs were making a big push during that time of the game and just stole a ball straight away when the Warriors were moving it around the perimeter, and he won a foot race. No one was even close to him on the path to the basket. Drew a timeout for Sioux Falls, Washington, sent the crowd into a frenzy, and right out of the timeout, the very next Sioux Falls, Washington possession, he did the exact same thing, intercepted a ball and took it all the way back again. So Luke Olson, he is our player of the game tonight. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country, Cowboy Country Stores.
From our Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the game ends in overtime. Pierre losing here today, 77-73 to Sioux Falls, Washington. And our next broadcast of Pierre basketball is when T-Area comes to town for a boys game. Festivities get underway 6:30 on Tuesday night on River 92.7, as well as GoGovs Live and DRGnews.com. River 92.7 is your official voice of the Pierre Governors, and I've been William Haynes, pleased to fill in for Brian Oakland today. Was a great game, did not go the Governors' way, unfortunately, but they'll be back and play in just a couple of days from now. William Wilson back at our broadcast studios in Pierre, saying so long from this one from Riggs High. Jim, the Govs lose by 4 in overtime today to Sioux Falls, Washington. Have a good night, everybody.
This presentation